Harte. 4 minutes.
Thank you, Chair, and welcome, Minister. There's a subject that raises a lot of eyebrows from all over the country when it's discussed, no more so than an area like Donegal, which, in my own experience as a councillor over the years, there seemed to be an attitude, funny, in Donegal, I noticed, east of the county it wasn't such a big issue, but the west of the county it was, because they had the tourism factor there. But I think everyone recognises the vast potential in a county like Donegal for wind energy. However, much like the mobile phone masts, communities weren't consulted on a lot of occasions, and that was the biggest problem. The issue of the actual mobile phone mast or the turbine wasn't an issue in cases was where the community were left out, and they felt, rightly so, that they weren't consulted, and there's something going on in the background, either between council and developers or between certain individuals who had inside knowledge. A lot of the time this wasn't correct, but I know from one case in Melton, Donegal, where a mobile phone mast was being erected near a school, and the community totally, it was only about 3 years ago, totally opposed it, but the company, in fairness, met with the people and sat down with them and agreed to look for another site outside the town, and the whole issue of the mobile phone mast died overnight. And it was because the community worked with the company, and the company could have legally pushed the mast in the area, and they had all the background information to allay their fears on health. But I felt, and they felt, that the community had to be consulted, and they were the people who had to live there for the rest of the days. And there is a psychological issue of having a turbine close by where you can see it in an area that you expect just to see either hills or mountains. Plus, even if there's no health evidence, that to have something like it, it's like having an ESB pole over your house which is decommissioned. The fact that it's there and hanging over, I think people have to consider it, and companies have to consider it, and county council must consider it. But I would urge that Senator Kelly's bill would be pushed forward by ourselves at some stage soon rather than later. But that, I think it really comes down, Minister, to the local communities getting a say in all this, and that the fears are allayed, because there are areas in Donegal and in other counties where there's no one living within miles and miles, that there may be a case for these, and I would be a supporter of alternative energy. I think everyone has a positive view in that, but not to detriment of the tourist industry and maybe to local communities. But I know the local communities, 99.9% of them, will work with people who want to either put in wind turbines or the mobile phone mast. But I don't know how county councils are being directed at this stage. But I think Senator Kelly's bill is a good template that councils could use. But the locals have to be the people who are the main, as is important, I think, as a planning office. Because at times, my own experience again was some planners had a different attitude to other planners, and I think it was a difficulty for communities where you might have a planner who was determined to push ahead with it against the wishes of the community. I think that's where the whole thing falls down. So I think we should be cautious with all our legislation. Thank you, Minister.